here. So today, I've got a interesting video that I'm going to be sharing with you guys today. It's a little bit different because obviously initially I wanted to make, obviously I had another video in mind to actually film, but I thought I would actually respond, because in the last video that I made about flat Earth, we have a lot of comments of people just, bringing or asking irrelevant questions really, and that I guess you can call them trolls, okay? People that are not aware, people that still believe in the system, in the globe Earth. So this is for you people, for those guys out there that believe that the Earth is a globe. I found this interesting video on YouTube. I'll be playing you the video, little bits of it, stopping it, speaking on it, and so on. Just so that we can just together build and show the typical how people, for example, like how did you come to believe that you lived on a globe? That was somebody had to teach that idea to you, okay? Somebody had to educate you on that, and how and what this video really is going to demonstrate is how you can be educated to believe in lies, as you have been for most of your life, okay? Now this isn't the best thing that anybody wants to hear. Nobody wants to hear that they've been lied to the whole life, but the fucking truth is a hard pill to swallow. And guys, I'm just gonna play the video. Let's see what happens. All right, let's have a look together as to why I believe the Earth is flat and not a globe, as we've been told by scientists.
Planet Earth. At some point during our short lives, all of us turn inwards and contemplate the nature of the Earth we inhabit. From childhood, we are taught about the Earth, the Sun, the Moon, and space. We learn about our solar system and the planets within it. We learn about the Milky Way and the infinite vastness of space. And we accept these teachings as fact and go about our busy daily lives. One day, I decided I wanted to know more about our world and universe. I wanted to know everything, so I started digging. But straight away, I started to bump into things that made me stop and think, here are a few of those things. Did you know that our spherical Earth is spinning in space at a rate of over 1,000 miles an hour? And that the Earth rotates the Sun at over 67,000 miles per hour, causing us to hurtle through the Milky Way galaxy at over 500,000 miles per hour?
Crazy.
And all the while the Milky Way is expanding at the speed of light, zooming at roughly 670 million miles per hour. Mind-dazzling, isn't it?
Okay, stopping there, guys. Just imagine that. So we're supposed to be moving through space at fucking incredible speeds. And have you ever felt yourself move at the speed of Earth, at the speed that we're spinning around the Sun, supposedly? You can feel speed and changes when you get in the car and the car driving fast. Your body feels that you're driving fast. You get on a plane, you feel that you're on a plane, that you're moving. You get on the sea, you can get seasick, and you're telling me we're moving at over 1,000 miles per hour and none of us can feel it. But I'm not here to tell you what to believe in. I'm just here to show you. You following the white rabbit, welcome to the Matrix.
And yet not one single human on Earth can actually feel this motion. We can feel the motion on a roller coaster, a train, we get car sickness, and when we fall our entire body feels a rush, but we feel not one aspect of the Earth's daily journey through the cosmos. That's weird. We've all seen images of Earth from space. In 1972, NASA released the first whole image of Earth, as seen from space. Titled The Blue Marble, one can only feel amazement at its perfect spherical shape and feel the immense enormity of the silent nothingness that surrounds our blue marble. But did you know that the blue marble image and every subsequent image of the Earth released by NASA are composite images, developed by computers out of data and finalized in Photoshop? There are no whole images of the Earth as seen from space. Who would have thought?
Did you know that? Did you know that your NASA that you believe in, that are drinking all this money every day to show you bloody CGI images, do you really think they're telling you the truth? If they are telling you the truth about where you're living, where you come from, why are they showing you CGI photo? Why are they using Photoshop? Like, I can use Photoshop too. Why are they using Photoshop to make a world for you to believe in? Now, you see, these are the questions that you should be starting to ask yourself. But I'll play on.
And then there's gravity. Einstein theorized that gravity exists due to the curvature of space that results from a massive object, and it is the force that keeps us all rooted to the Earth. What goes up must come down, and gravity is so strong that it has the power to keep all our oceans strictly bound to the Earth, and the power to curve them over our spinning planet.
Crazy, right?
But it is not strong enough, however, to keep the birds from gliding through the skies, to stop feathers floating in the air and balloons rising. I guess gravity's power is a selective one. As I looked into space and physics more, I had more and more questions. And I knew that somebody much smarter than me.
Anyways, let me just jump in there quickly, guys. Have you ever wondered to yourself why gravity is so selective? Is this powerful force? Yet birds can freaking fly. We can, use airplanes and, and all these, and feathers can fly up as well. Yet gravity is powerful. So what's happening with gravity there? What is really happening with gravity there? Like, what people need to understand, if they're lying to you about the shape of the fucking Earth, of where you live, of where you are, what else do you really think they're going to be telling you the truth about the second thing about it, the third, the fourth? Come on, people. Yeah, this is about common sense. It's about you unplugging your freaking mind from the matrix and just thinking for yourself, thinking of something that's uncomfortable, but that leads you to freedom. Let's play on.
Me out there had the answers. But it wasn't just space that fascinated me. I wanted to learn about the biological and geographical nature of our world. And again, as I dived into learning, I found more weird things that puzzled me. It's basic biology that living cells consist primarily of hydrogen and carbon, and water consists primarily of oxygen and hydrogen. But biologists found the strangest of anomalies in the poles of the Earth that even puzzled Soviet biologists. They found an unnatural amount of water frozen in the ice and an unusually high percentage of carbon dioxide in the world's oceans. There is a lot of water, snow and ice on the Earth. Do you know what this anomaly tells us? It tells us of a great worldwide fire in the Earth's history that, biologists have suggested, carried away 99% of the world's biosphere. What really puzzles me is that figure, 99%. That means that everything alive on Earth is now 20,000 times less in volume, and the biochemical mass of all living things is much less than before this huge fire. Wait, what?
Are you hearing this? And those facts you can go ahead and check onto your Wikipedias and so on. Okay, that's what your science is telling you. And you don't even, this type of information don't even compute in your mind. That's the problem. You just get on with it as a good little sheep. Let's play on.
What did living things look like before that fire? There's no doubt that we could benefit from extensive scientific study in our poles. But did you know that Antarctica is the only continent on Earth that actually belongs to nobody?
Did you know that? Nobody is allowed to own Antarctica. Why? Countries fight for ownership of land all the time. But for some reason, all the world leaders at this one time, they decided to say, yes, okay, nobody should own Antarctica and nobody can go there. Yes, nobody can go there. You can go there attended, but you can't go there and just go about your own business. You'd go there and you'd follow a specific route that they want you to take. doesn't that make you begin to question what's going on here? If I'm showing you this video, if this video does not make you question things, then there's no hope for you, man. There's no hope for you. And this should really answer, the comment on the last video of the flat earth. Is there more lands? Because a lot of NPCs, trolls, they come in with this stupid ass fucking comments that it blows my mind, but then at the same time it doesn't, because I know it's coming from bloody NPC people without their own consciousness intact. Okay, guys, let me just let's play on. I'm not going to play you the whole video because it's freaking 5 hours, but I will be, like I said, I'm playing you little bits here just to let things sink in, because 5 hours worth of information to someone that believes they're living on a globe is a lot of fucking data. So you want to take this in bit by bit.
1959, the nations of the world signed the UN treaty ensuring that no country has claim to Antarctica. The treaty prohibits and regulates all global activity on the continent. Wait, come again? Since when has any nation given up their drive to own and exploit any land on Earth? I kept researching, which just opened up question after question. Some things just didn't make sense to me, and it seemed that many pieces of the larger puzzle were missing or just unanswered. And then I stumbled on something so ridiculous and absurd, I did not know whether to laugh or become angry. Meet the Flat Earth Society, a group of like-minded individuals that hypothesize that the Earth is not actually a globe in a vast and evolving universe, but a flat and stationary plane. At first I thought it was a joke, or some kind of vigilant, religious and creationist denial of scientific advancement. Humanity lived in the dark ages for years, and we finally have objective, progressive science advancing our understanding of this great mystery, and flat earthers think it's okay to promote such anti-scientific.
How dare they? We are fucking intelligent. We're big fucking important scientists. I went to the best schools. My government loves me. They tell me the truth. How can you possibly think that science has it wrong and you have it right? You that have no diplomas, no certification that states that you went through fucking for a system that brainwashed you to becoming a perfect little good fucking slave. Science is a joke. The science that you've been taught is a joke, and you should be able to see that clearly every fucking day, man. And the fact that they can lie to you with such confidence and just freedom, it shows that they have no fucking respect for you. They tell you that the fucking world is spinning. You're going at 1,000 miles per hour, and you believe that. Of course, they're gonna treat you like fucking dogs and sheep and just things that they can control because of how you live. You believe anything they say. You may think that you don't, but the core structure of your thought system, your programming is the system. It is the basics, going to school and learning that the fucking world is a globe, learning about algebra. None of you motherfuckers ever use algebra. Like the whole system is there to control you, and if you believe that I'm the madman here and the system, I mean, if you believe I'm the madman and the system, the scientists or the doctors, they care for you and they're the smart ones, then well done. The system's got you. You're exactly what they need you to be. Literally. Congratulations. Let's play on.
Theories. Nonetheless, I thought I'd check it out before dismissing it completely. In fact, I just wanted a good laugh and some entertainment to keep boredom at bay. But, you see, despite all my skepticism and desire to debunk and ridicule these flat earthers, what I found was nothing short of astonishing. I had finally found something that challenged my scientific understanding of the world, not just with theory, but also strong scientific evidence. I want to share this with you. Come with me, if you will, down this rabbit hole to discover whether our Earth is, in fact, a flat and stationary plane. I only ask one thing before we begin. Keep an open mind until the end of this series and question absolutely everything.
You should question everything every single day. Question everything. Why is the news on? Why is the news showing me this information? Why are they releasing this film, that film? Question everything. If you are not questioning anything and just accepting, don't even listen to what I'm saying. Question the shit that I'm saying and wonder more. But don't bring me fucking science that's already been proven to be false. Question everything. Seek for truth.
I promise you this, at the end you will certainly agree that everything we have been told about our planet is not exactly what it seems. You may even find that your entire perspective on the world has changed, like mine has. And I warn you, this rabbit hole is deep and perhaps at times a little troubling, but we'll take it one step at a time. And hey, who knows, maybe we'll even get to meet Alice on her way to Wonderland. Follow me now to part 2 of What on Earth Happened.
All right, guys, so on this bit here, we're going to be analyzing the maps. Let's look at some flat earth maps, and so we can see how, and have a better idea how this can all be done, how this prison can all be built, and and like there's so much more, guys. There's so much that I want to teach you guys. Like literally, there's so much that I want to share, because like the world is not what you think it is. Like, have you ever like felt to yourself like something was wrong, something isn't quite right, that it's not supposed to be like this, like you're not supposed to be here? If you're feeling like that, that's your soul calling, crying for help. It wants to be heard. I'm not asking you for shit. I don't need nothing from you. I'm not a church that's asking for this. I'm not asking for nothing. I'm simply giving you information. Question what I'm saying, and what you do with the information is absolutely and completely up to you. But however, if you have felt that there must be something more, there must be something else to life, something isn't quite right, then this is it. This video is for you. You're in the right place. Follow the white rabbit. I didn't make that name for no reason. I made that name for the people that really are in tuned in this, that really are searching. Find me. If you find me, you find information, because that's what I do. Let's go.
Here is a beautiful image of Alex Gleason's 1892 New Standard Map of the World that was on projection at Modern College in Blackheath, England. It states at the top of the map that it is scientifically and practically correct. The way Gleason's map significantly differs from standard maps of the world is in its representation of the poles. As you can see by comparison with a conventional world map, the primary difference in Gleason's map is that the North Pole is actually situated in the centre of the Earth, and upon first glance the South Pole, or what is known as Antarctica, appears to be missing. Upon closer inspection, however, you realise that Antarctica is indeed present and makes up the majority of landmass on the map. Antarctica in Gleason's map is an encompassing ice ring that covers the entire outer reaches.
Sounds crazy, right? The ice walls around us is Antarctica. And, luckily, we'll be able to, if this is just beginning to kind of get, make sense to you, or your mind is beginning to melt, like, what the fuck? Holy shit. There's more. There's more. There's so much more. Let's go.
Of Earth. Gleason's map has become somewhat of a canonical historical document for flat earthers. Many often reposting the image on the internet and heralding it as solid proof that refutes the heliocentric model of the Earth. Or in other words, proving that the Earth is not a spinning globe in space, but a circular, flat and stationary plane. This was not enough proof for me, and while I gravitated towards the idea of a giant encompassing ice wall as a neat concept, I knew that we had a vast amount of evidence proving the existence of space, spherical planets, and entire sciences dedicated to solving the mathematical conundrums of physics.
So now, let's get into all the evidence that we have, that we have that prove that we live on a globe. Let's have a look. What how your scientists, your physicists prove this.
I mean, we landed on the moon, for God's sake. Surely, if the Earth was flat and stationary, then somebody would have realized by now. These brave souls did the unthinkable. They flew to the moon, they landed, took their first cautionary steps and planted the American flag. NASA sent multiple crews to the moon on subsequent Apollo missions. They even managed to film Apollo 17 leaving the moon.
Stage push. Engine arm is out. Okay, I'm going to get the pro. 99 proceeded. 3, 2, 1. Ignition.
Oh my days. Look how fake that looks. Look how fake that looks. And that's what they passed us through. It looks like a fucking toy. And one question as well, if they live in the moon and going back to Earth, who the fuck was filming it? What brave soul decided to say, I'll die for the pick? You know, you guys jump on, I'll do it for the world. You know, these are questions that you have to ask yourself. You have to begin to start wondering, what's that? You really need to look at stuff. Don't just observe and just, okay, yeah, that looks amazing. No, you really have to think, be conscious when you're watching something, when you're reading something, when you're listening to something, because you can always see through the matrix, through the system, if you are paying attention. And the system banks on you being busy, not to take notice of what's happening. Let's play on.
Right away, Houston. Vector grid.
But wait, hold on. If this is footage of the crew leaving the moon and making the journey back to Earth, then who did they leave behind to film their craft take off? And wait, don't you think those colourful emissions on takeoff look kind of fake? I haven't seen any subsequent rockets produce these sort of dazzling colours, and I suppose they did admit that they had lost all their data from the mission. But maybe that was just coincidence. I started looking into NASA a bit more closely, and what I found was shocking. I can say with certainty that NASA is indeed lying to the world, and has been lying ever since its founding in 1958. But don't take my word for it. Sometimes you can't tell people the truth, you have to show them. So let me show you.
Are you ready? Are you ready to see more? Because it's time to see more.
Buckle up and sit tight, because Houston, we have a big problem.
Big problem.
Okay, well, there's a big problem with the blue marble, and I'm going to zoom in here and show you what the problem is. These are all composite images where they are really not very good at Photoshop because they're using the Photoshop clone tool to replicate clouds. This cloud is a copy of this cloud. See the formations? They're identical formations. These right here, side by side. See this kind of W-looking shape right here, replicated right here. This cloud is exactly the same as that cloud. Same clouds right there, and same thing on the other side of the world. They got the same thing going on. They got careless here. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the same formations replicated right there. These two replicated, same exact formations right here. This right here is clone of that right there. I mean, really? So you're telling me that we could take pictures of Jupiter and Saturn, huge, massive planets, and now we're out going to Pluto, but we don't have one legitimate picture of the Earth?
That should make you question it, right? Let's play.
From space? It's not a composite? Click on this picture right here. Supposedly the same mission, same guys that took the picture of the most famous picture of our Earth. I'm going to do save image as, and let's see, Apollo Moon. Let's call it Apollo Moon 17.
You can do this yourself.
And I'm going to open that in Photoshop. And if those of you think this technical difficulty was planned and think I'm scamming you.
Yeah, so guys, like I'm saying, go to the NASA's website, find the same picture. Most people got Photoshop, and just follow along. You can see this for yourself. These are the proofs that we live on a globe and that we've been to the moon. And we can show you that it's false. You're seeing that it's false. But hey, this is just my opinion.
You go do it for yourself. Because you're going to find the exact same thing. I got nothing to hide here. This is live on the air, okay? I'm going to zoom in on the Earth in Photoshop. You see the Earth? Go to Image, Adjust, Levels, and I'm going to bring the levels over here. And I'm going to bring the levels up. Uh-oh. What is that? Why is there a square box around the Earth allegedly taken from the scientists on the moon in Apollo 17? And people wonder why I don't trust NASA. That's why I don't trust NASA.
These $60 Japanese smart patches are taking the world by storm. Just apply them.
Just another example of NASA faking space. Take a look here at this supposed image of Jupiter. Nothing more than CGI fakery. The supposed auroras towards the north. Let's take a look here again at NASA's official website, where it states Hubble captures vivid auroras in Jupiter's atmosphere. Here's the problem. The date of June 30th, 2016. Now take a look at this. Another so-called official image of Jupiter. This one's from back in 2014. You see the problem here?
See the problem here, guys? 2 different dates and exactly the same fucking picture. Exactly the same with few minor changes. You're telling me clouds don't move in this crazy planet, Jupiter, sorry? Telling me clouds don't move there, everything remains static? Come on. You can only see these things by paying attention.
Let's take a closer look at the supposed 2 images provided from NASA of Jupiter. Here's the problem again, 2016, 2014. What's the difference here? Well, the difference is they added the supposed auroras on the north, and this is nothing but a Christmas tree. Give me a break, take a look here. I mean, all the clouds are in the same exact position. Just the 2016 image is a bit...
They don't think. No. They've been getting away with it for such a long time. Think about how much money NASA makes. You know, think about how much money they make to just produce this type of shit, you know. At least I would think that they would at least put a little bit more effort. You know, they didn't pay so much. The graphic designers, you know, the multiple fucking millions. You know, them to put a little bit more details in. At least to us guys that actually like that, you know, for some respect, you know. Come on.
I would say darker. This is a bit lighter in 2014. Here's a side-by-side. People can't see what's taking place here with NASA. Nothing more than fakery. I mean, give me a break. This is a complete insult. You have a brain in your head.
And you can tell.
This video on write down in the comments how many of you guys think this image is, you know, this is actually real, that these scientists, these astronauts are actually in space right now and they're actually floating in zero gravity. Let me know down in the comments if you believe that they
it became instantly clear how they do it. And it's just video game technology. Now, if you're part of the Geek Squad or the techie crowd, well, then you already know about this technology. And so let's get to the video that caught my attention, and you will see the same things that I saw. Let's watch.
We have to introduce the concept of freefall. So let's use this model of Jupiter.
Okay, so if you're wondering how do they actually hold objects on camera and interact with them, this little clip here will give you a good understanding of that. I may make this video just 20 minutes. I don't want to, again, you need to absorb this information, guys. I don't want to give too much. You need to absorb this. Make this one 20 minutes. This is part 1, guys, and then we're going to make the other one also 20 minutes, part 2. So to just break it down so you can watch it at different times and not just watch an entire long video. I wouldn't like that. I'm sure you guys would do as well. So yeah, this is how, this is to get you to understand how they make it look so real, man. Because it looks so real, but when you got money, you can pretty much do a lot. Okay, you can do a lot.
And let's enlist the help of a friend, Taxi. You might know her.
So what is significant about this video is, number 1, it was live to school children. Number 2, we have this stuffed animal that is transitioning in on another video channel. And the actor is able to reach up and grab this doll in real 3D space and manipulate this doll with their hands. And so the only way you're going to pull that off is with one technology. And that technology is virtual reality. More importantly, though, something called augmented virtual reality is taking the objects in 3D space from a virtual reality world and putting them in our world on another screen, which we can see, manipulate, and touch with virtual reality contacts or glasses. In this next segment, I'm going to show you how NASA grabs objects in 3D space, rotates them around, manipulates them. They can do this with water, with cloth, anything. And the cool thing about it is we can take what they're doing, what they're seeing with their contact virtual reality augmented lenses, and put that on a separate video layer live. Yes, live. And do it all in real time. 45 minutes straight of NASA messing up the virtual reality setup. I tried to pick some clips that were obvious and some not so obvious. Show you some of the contacts. We're going to see Tim Peake with his contacts in, but these are virtual reality contacts overlaid on the eyes so actors can interact with things in 3D space, all in real time. In this next shot, we will get to see the whole arm setup and the virtual reality glove that covers all the way down the arm and hand. This allows the software to broadcast what we see video-wise as his arm in a shirt sleeve. Okay, I have a lot of Tim Peake screw-ups, but this one here, the system glitches. The software does not track his hand properly, and Tim slips his hand underneath his other fingers, which is tightly holding onto the mic, which would be impossible. I don't think this is Tim's fault. Normally, Tim always moves his other fingers up while he slides his hand.
And now, guys, I'm going to move on to, if you ever, the question of the bubbles in space. There's a lot of NASA videos that shows bubbles in space coming from the helmets and just going up next to the astronauts. So we had the chance, there was I think I'll keep that one for the next video, actually, because I'll keep that one for the next video because I want to end it I think it's actually next. So let's watch that.
And I just think the system didn't respond to his movements here. It's virtual reality. They're wearing augmented contact lenses so that they can interact with these 3D objects. Now, in this scene, the guy on the left in the green shirt, he thinks he sees an object in 3D space that's being broadcast to him. So he grabs it and he puts it off to the side. He's looking straight ahead because he's looking at an object rotating in front of him, but the video channel is down that is supposed to show the viewers what we're supposed to see, and so we don't actually get to see the object that he has seen. And I would just sum this up as a very terrible, bad, horrible day.
So what do you guys think he's doing? You think he's just dancing? Or he just, technology fails, and once it does fail, he doesn't even know that it's failed. He just acted, they're actors, like what's really an astronaut's job, why is it so hard? It shouldn't be. It's not. They're actors, but like I said, you can't apply for those positions. You're selected. You're honored into it.
For NASA doing live feeds.
Hi, we are Woodger.
Now that's the bit. This is very interesting, guys. I'm going to end the clip after this. So, I want you to just pay attention. See, tell me, comment down below if you believe this man or not. If you believe in what he said is genuine. If you believe that the explanation that he gives is actually is credible. Is it credible to you? Pay attention to him. Pay attention and let me know in the comments.
So many times during spacewalks outside the International Space Station, we can see air bubbles rising up. Can you touch on how there are air bubbles in space?
Can you be more specific? Air bubbles?
So yeah, like a lot of times during the footage, the NASA footage, you can see bubbles coming up out of the helmets or kind of from underneath you. How do you explain bubbles in space?
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what you're talking about. Now sometimes you get water in the helmet, and it's either from sweat or from the cooling garments. And in some of my spacewalks, I had like water in the helmet, not like I was going to drown in the helmet, but just little bits of water probably came from sweat. Often on the outside of the space station, you'll liberate little pieces of, it's a really harsh environment out there, and the outside of the space station gets beat up pretty good. And sometimes, you'll see just little flecks of paint or something that you might have disrupted floating away from the suit. And, that's generally what that is. I've never seen any kind of air bubble anywhere.
Yeah. Could it be that you're filming in an underwater pool and you're not really out there?